Gosh, I've missed everybody so much. I've missed you all and your boys, and I've missed everybody. It's so good to see your faces, and yeah, I can't wait till I can really see those smiles and be with you even more fully. During this pandemic season, one of the things I missed most at church was teaching godly play. Because I miss the kids. I miss their silliness, their energy. I miss watching them build friendships here, engage their faith. As I've shared in other sermons, I learn a lot from them. They often help me see stories that I've heard countless times in fresh ways. They ask the best questions, ones that really make me think. And kids just have a way of truth-telling that helps us all grow. For instance, one day I was handing out papers at the end of the lesson, and I said, please give these to your mom and dad so they'll know what we talked about today. Well, without missing a beat, one of the little boys said, not all kids have a mom and a dad. Some have two moms, some have two dads. And I said, you are so right. Thank you for saying that. Families look different in all sorts of ways, and we love them all. Now, one of the beautiful things about this interaction was that this particular little boy does have a mom and a dad, but he was defending his friends and making sure that we are a welcoming and inclusive church. We've got some good little allies here. And from now on, I will remember to say, please give these to your family or to the grown-ups you came with. And it seems like a simple thing. Maybe some wouldn't think that matters, but it does. This little boy realized that words matter, and he wanted his friends to feel welcomed, included, and loved. In our reading today, Jesus says, whoever welcomes you welcomes me, and whoever welcomes me welcomes the one who sent me. Our care and our intentionality in how we welcome people is essential to our faith. It's part of how we welcome God into our midst. Or on the flip side, it's how we shut God out. Especially during Pride Month, it's important to acknowledge that too often the church has denied the image of God in LGBT people. And the church has inflicted pain and trauma. And as a priest, as a representative of the church, I want you to know how deeply sorry I am for that. Not only are LGBT people welcome at Grace Church, but we need you. We need your voice, your love, your whole authentic self here in this place. You are an invaluable part of the body of Christ. We need you. Now, our reading today about welcome and hospitality continues Jesus' instructions to his disciples before he sends them out on a mission. He's sending them to teach and heal and love his people. And Jesus has warned them all about how dangerous it will be, that people will reject them and persecute them. He promises that God will go with them, but he makes sure they know this will not be easy. So we might expect that Jesus would send them with everything they need, right? With money and resources and places to stay along the way. But actually, he sends his disciples out with nothing. He tells them, take no money, no bags, not even a change of clothes. You're going to have to depend on the hospitality and welcome of others. Doesn't that sound terrifying? It's so unlike our individualistic American culture. And yet, Jesus is talking to us too. Jesus knows that we grow and transform in relationships, especially relationships with people who are different than us. He wanted the disciples to depend on God, yes, but he wanted them to depend on others too. He wanted people to realize that they need each other. When people welcomed the disciples into their homes, they saw the image of God in each other. They would hear each other's stories and learn about how God's at work in their lives. They would hear about how they're alike and also learn from their differences. That's what Jesus wanted because that is kingdom-building work. When we recognize the image of God in another person and hear their story, it has the power to transform us and help us see the world in new ways. My LGBT friends have done this for me. Your stories, your courage and strength, your love has all inspired me. It's taught me so much. And it hasn't always been comfortable. I've wrestled with a lot over the years. I've tried to listen and grow and be a better ally. And I know I probably have a ways to go. The reality is, I need your voice in my life. And this goes for all kinds of differences. Clearly, as a white woman, I need to be listening to the stories of people of color in this country. And it's not comfortable, it's hard work. But no doubt, it is kingdom work. Jesus said to welcome the prophet, and y'all, prophets speak words we usually don't want to hear. They call out sin and injustice, they shine a light on it all, and they demand that we do better. We need to listen to the prophetic voices of our time and allow their stories to transform us and our world. We can do this. Now, I understand, though, if you're a little overwhelmed right now. There's a lot of problems in our world, and the future, in many ways, is uncertain. We keep asking, what's it going to be like in the fall or in time to come, and we don't know, and it's scary. You might wonder if anything you do can really make a difference. But remember that God wastes nothing. God uses every act of kindness and love to build the kingdom. In our reading, Jesus says, whoever gives even a cold cup of water to one of these little ones will be rewarded. A cold cup of water, it's a small act of kindness. It's choosing to see the image of God in another person and to love them in little tangible ways. And the reward, he doesn't say what it is, but I think it's joy. It's the joy of being in relationship, in community, and seeing the presence of God all around us. You know, lately I've been overwhelmed a lot. And sometimes when I'm overwhelmed, I say a simple prayer. God, help me love well today. I can't tackle all the problems of the world. I don't know what the future holds, but today I can choose love. I can choose to be more patient with my kids and try to add joy in the little things. I can reach out to friends and family and check and see if they're okay and if they know they're loved. I can greet people in the neighborhood, at the store, with kindness. Today, I can open myself up to those different than me by reading and listening to their voices. I can press on even when it makes me uncomfortable and challenges me. I can learn practical ways to make a difference. Now, at the end of the day, I'll admit I usually haven't accomplished all of this, but I will try again tomorrow. God, help me love well today. That's kingdom work, choosing love in the little moments and interactions of our lives, recognizing how much we need each other and being willing to listen. That's how we welcome Jesus. And we can do it, friends, both individually and as a church. You know, we've tried hard here at Grace Church to be a place of welcome and inclusion, and we will continue to strive for that. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, for your stories, for your love, for your presence and authentic self in this place. As we live into our rule of life at Grace Church of authentic relationships, sacramental lives, and generous hearts, may God give us a glimpse of God's kingdom. And may our lives be drawn ever closer into God's love. Amen.